Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Amaris, and today we are going to be talking about skincare. Ever since this whole quarantine thing has been going on, we've been stuck in the house. I've been posting a lot more on Instagram, talking about skincare, makeup. Every Saturday I do skincare Saturday. Every Monday I do makeup Monday. So if you're looking for good products, if you're looking for sales, I like to post that too, so the product I'm talking about, you can get it discounted a little bit. I know it sucks because like even if you do shop online, we're not getting it right away because of the CV. I don't think I'm allowed to say it or my video will get demonetized or whatever. I'm drinking my green juice. I just bought a juicer a couple months ago and I have cucumber, lemon, apple, and spinach in here. It's really good. So back to what I was saying, a lot of you have been responding to my skincare posts more than my makeup posts, which is really cool because I love skincare so much. Pause, hold on. I had to take my nails off because of this thing going around. And I do have press-on nails. These are by Kiss. And they're not that bad. I got a lot of messages about skincare and that makes me so excited because if your skin isn't where it needs to be, your makeup's not gonna be where it needs to be. Makeup can only do so much. So if you do have any kind of like, I have a little bit here, a little bit of texture, makeup doesn't get rid of that. Skincare helps with that. If you're someone that's experiencing any kind of redness, texture, dry skin, or if you have any kind of pigmentation, any kind of dark spots, sunspots, age spots, wrinkles, fine lines, whatever you've got, I'm gonna teach you today how to take care of your skin properly, and I wanna make sure that you guys know what products fit you. If you have oily skin, dry skin, combo skin, whatever you have, we will be discussing that today, so stick around. I find that a lot of people will be like, oh, you know, by 5 o'clock I'm oily. That does not mean you have oily skin. Your skin type is what your skin is when you hop out of the shower. So when you get out of the shower or you're washing your face in the sink, whatever you got going on, how your skin is in that state before you put on any product, that is your skin type. So I find it really hard to believe that I have people hopping out of the shower and they're oily. I just, you know, there's something wrong with that. If you are one of those people that, you know, are convinced that you have oily skin, I'm probably gonna change your mind. Grab your juice, your coffee, your tea, your water, whatever you got. I have my juice here. I have my water here. It holds 32 ounces of water. Y'all can talk shit if you want, but I'm not paying for the little man to be on my thing. Like, I don't even know him. This little Hydro Flask, I'm sure they're great. Whatever. This does the same exact thing. My water stays cold all day. I don't put anything hot in it, but I'm sure if I did, it would do the same thing. Is he gonna do my dishes? Like, does he do housework? Does he, like, what does he do that this guy can't? Okay, so I think I paid $12. So once everything opens again, if you're looking for an inexpensive water guy, TJ Maxx, baby. Before we start talking about products, I want you to go in the bathroom and wash your face. If you can't do that right now, it's not a big deal, but if you can, that would be cool. Go in the bathroom, get in the shower, and come back. I'll still be here. And down below, tell me what your skin type was when you got out of the shower. So you're gonna hop out of the shower, or if you're washing your face in the sink, and you're gonna let your skin dry until all the water driplets are gone. You want your face to be completely dry, no water, no product. Look in the mirror and make sure you're like in a well-lit area. You can take a mirror and go by like your window and get that natural light so you can really see, and you'll be able to feel it too. So your T-zone's gonna be your nose and your forehead. I think everyone knows that, but if you don't, now you know. If you feel dry in your T-zone and dry in your cheeks, I'm gonna say that your skin type is dry. If you're feeling comfortable in your T-zone and dry in your cheeks, I'm gonna say you're dry to normal or dry to combo, whatever. If you're feeling normal in your T-zone, oily in the cheeks, I'm gonna put you in combo to oily, normal to oily. If you're feeling oily in your T-zone and oily in your cheeks, I'm gonna put you in the oily category. Most of you are probably gonna be in the first two. So either you're dry or you're combo to dry. I don't want to know if you get oily throughout the day. We're talking about right now. So whatever happened right now in front of your mirror, that is your skin type, not what your skin does throughout the day, and we'll get to that later. So now that we know our skin type, we're gonna go from there. That's the most important. Now I want you to line up all of your skincare products. I'll give you a minute. All right, boom, boom. So we have all of your skincare lined up. I want you to start at your removal. When you wear makeup, you need to be removing your makeup with something. A makeup wipe, a cleansing balm, whatever you need to do, a makeup eraser, something. I do not care if your cleanser says removes makeup and impurities or removes da 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 da. Cleansers typically are not designed to take off makeup. Double cleansing is a real thing. You should be doing it. Please do it. By the end of the video, everything will make sense to you. It'll all tie together and you'll be like, wow, maybe this is why my skin is doing this. So anyway, I personally like a cleansing balm. I feel like they take everything off and my skin feels super like hydrated and squeaky clean. I like makeup wipes because they are convenient. The only thing I don't like about makeup wipes is a lot of pulling and tugging on your skin. All that pulling and tugging over time, probably not the best thing to do. If you do not have something in your skincare that removes your makeup, please add that, okay? Cleansers are not designed to take off makeup. They are designed to take away impurities and clean out the pores. There is no cleanser, I don't care what you say, that is strong enough to just take your makeup off. If you think that there is, that's totally okay. You still need to be double cleansing. So you would wash your face and get the makeup off, and then you would cleanse again. And I also want you to look and see, do you have anything to clean your face with? It could be something, I think there's a hair on this. It could be something like this where you can just put your cleanser on there. It can be something like this. This is a Foreo, I think it's Foreo. This guy here, it's just silicone. There's a button on the back, you turn it on. I don't know if you can hear that, it vibrates. And you take your, focus, and you wash your face off with that. My favorite, mine is dead, the Clarisonic. It died a while ago, but it did last me about like 6 or 7 years, if not longer than that. It's completely done, but Clarisonic is my #1 recommendation. Why am I shaking like that? You dirty beach. There we go. Clarisonic cleans your face, what is it, 6 times deeper than your hands? But a Clarisonic is gonna clean your face the best. So if you're able to get your hands on a Clarisonic, they are kind of pricey. Definitely get one of those. If you're not able to, something like, I think I paid like 50, no, it was 21 Days of Beauty, so I got it half off. I paid like 20 something for it. And then something like this, typically anywhere from $6 to 10 bucks. This you would throw out every 3 months. You don't keep it forever. Whereas this one right here, it's silicone, so you don't have to toss it once the battery runs out, because you can't put new batteries in it. But once those batteries run out, then you toss it and do whatever. You just need to be using something, because your hands or a washcloth is not enough. It's not sanitary, because I mean, let's be real. Are you changing your washcloth every single day? No. So now we're gonna talk about cleansing. This part is important because when you're in the shower, think about it. You got it nice and hot and steamy, so your pores are opening up. So whatever you're using on your face is getting inside there. My #1 thing, well, I always ask a whole bunch of questions. When I have a client asking about skincare, I ask about their skincare routine, exactly what product they're using and what order they're using it in. And if it's not too personal for them, I ask them about their diet, and I always ask if it's okay first to do so, because sometimes it'll be, you know, a sensitive topic. People do get offended by that. The #1 thing I get is, I'm using a cleanser that exfoliates, and I'm like, well, is it a chemical exfoliant or do you feel grit? And they're like, oh, I have grit. Well, how many days are you using that? Oh, I use it 7 days a week, or I use it morning and night 7 days a week, or I only use it 4 times. Anything that has a scrub in it, everyone's opinion is different. I'm a licensed esthetician. This comes from me working with skin for years. This comes from clients who have come back to me like, wow, that product was amazing. Like, you saved my skin, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna be for everybody, but my personal recommendation and what I use on my clients and what I recommend to my guests that come in, no scrub at all. Any type of scrub, pitch it. The reason being is, I don't care if it's St. Ives, that stuff is terrible. If you own that, just don't even bother. But St. Ives is so harsh on your skin because it's like that walnut scrub. If someone was like, I don't want to give up my scrub, there's one that I would recommend, and I can't speak about it, and I'll explain that in the description box down below, but I'll put what the product is. Your exfoliant, get rid of it. You don't need it. And you're gonna be like, okay, but I have dry skin, so I have to exfoliate, or I have oily skin, so no, you don't. There are so many other things you can do. For your cleanser, I'm not a big fan of cream cleansers either, because sometimes with the creams, you still feel dirty after you get out of the shower. You feel like you have like a film on the skin. I like something that lathers lightly. Liquid mild soap from Clinique is a great one. The one I can't talk about, I'll put down below. I like the honey cleanser from Pharmacy. You can get that at Sephora. There's so many mild cleansers. Anything that comes out as a foam, no. That's gonna be for someone that is more acneic. Those are really the only people that I recommend that to. If you have breakouts here and there, you do not have acne. Someone that has like pustule, I'm talking about like around here or all over on the forehead, usually here is gonna be hormones. Those are the people I like to put into a foam because they need more of a deep cleanse. But there are cleansers that do clean deep that don't lather like that foam. Have you ever gotten out of the shower and you have that tight, dry feeling around the mouth, but then you're oily halfway throughout the day? That's an indication that your skin is dry. You're not giving it what it needs. Okay, so next is going to be your toner, and a lot of people either don't know what a toner is or they're using a toner and it has alcohol in it. If you're using a toner right now and it does have alcohol in it, it's questionable. I'm not saying get rid of it, but do a little bit more research on your product. A lot of people like witch hazel, but you have to be careful. If you are using witch hazel, make sure it's alcohol free. So if you're not using a toner, please start doing so. So what does a toner do? Toners balance out your pH. Not all though. If it is a pH balancing toner, typically it will say it on the bottle. If it doesn't, obviously get online and see, you know, if it says pH balancing or not. I like a pH balancing toner because that gets your pH where it needs to be. Toners are great too because it's going to take off any dirt that your cleanser didn't get off. So if you're someone that's not double cleansing, which you're going to start double cleansing now, but if you're someone that, you know, doesn't double cleanse, toner is nice for that. Toner just tones everything up, bitch. No, I'm kidding. Toner really just sets the mood for whatever you're going to put on next. It helps your skin absorb that product. So after you have your toner, you have your oil. Oils I love. They give my skin a nice glow, nice and dewy. The oils I will recommend, I will put those down below. People are so afraid when I say add an oil to your skincare routine. They're like, well, I have oily skin, so it's gonna make me oily. It doesn't make sense. So let me explain it to you. So oil breaks down oil, and they're still looking at me like, okay, like what does that mean? I explain it to people like this. Okay, so if you are someone that eats bacon, no matter if it's turkey bacon or regular bacon, your pan is greasy when you are done making it. So then you take your pan and you put it in the sink, and you take your dish soap that has an oil, it has a slip to it, and you put it in your pan, clean your pan, rinse it off, let it dry, and your pan is completely back to normal. Same thing with an oil. So if you're someone that does have oily skin, an oil is really gonna help. It's gonna give your skin what it needs to compensate for what you're not giving it. It's gonna break down that oil. And think about it this way too. If you're someone that gets oily throughout the day, it's probably because your skin is dry. So what that means is your skin is dry and you're using products for oily skin because you think you have oily skin because you get oily throughout the day, when really your skin is so dry. It's like, I'm thirsty, I need something, so I'm gonna produce twice as much oil to compensate for what you're not giving it. So your skin is your largest organ. It knows how to take care of itself. It knows when it's being harmed, and it knows when it's time to go in defense mode. So when your skin is producing oil like that and you can't get it to stop, your skin is telling you, hey, I need help, I'm scared, I'm defending myself to protect myself right now until you do that for me. So the second you start giving your skin what it needs, such as oil or moisturizer, or you start pulling products out that are for oily skin and replace them for dry skin, you'll notice over time, and it's not something that's going to change overnight, but you'll probably notice within the first week or two, maybe some in the first 3 days when they get into a toner, that their skin is not as oily as it was, and then they keep going down the line and that oil keeps breaking down. Make sure you look at your products while we're doing this so that it makes sense. And there are all kinds of different oils. You have oils to break out prone skin. You have oils to make you brighter. You have anti-aging oils. You have antioxidant oils. You have this, that. There are all kinds of oils. Once you figure out your skin type, if you want to ask me any questions about anything, leave the comments down below, or you can direct message me or message me on Instagram. My Instagram is down below. You can always message me. I will always answer. It might not be like right in that second, but I will always answer. I'm getting questions. Someone's texting me now about skincare. Okay. Next is going to be your serum. I'm not going to name what they are. I will put them down below. My favorite one of all time is a lactic acid. I'm trying to figure out how to talk about it without saying the name. It's a lactic acid treatment, and what lactic acid does is a chemical exfoliant. It's going to take care of any kind of dry skin, oily skin, whatever you got. It's going to get rid of all of that. Now you're not going to physically see your skin shed but it's going to treat the skin. You can use it morning or night. I like to use it morning and night. I feel like I get the best result that way, but if you're just starting it, I'd probably use it once a day, and then as time goes on, use it twice a day. If you feel like it's too strong for you, you can also use it as a mask, leave it on for 5 to 10 minutes and then rinse off. My skin's able to handle it, so I do use it twice a day. And people get scared when they hear acid because they're like, oh my gosh, is it gonna burn my face? It's not anything like you would think. If you want to know more about lactic acid, you can always get online and read more about it, but lactic acid is just a chemical exfoliant. It's not something that's going to eat your flesh off. If you have redness or mild redness, it might tingle a little bit, so obviously, you know what your skin can handle. Try it out and see first. But I don't care what skin type you are. Everyone should have this product in their skincare routine. Like, there's no reason not to have it. Everyone should have it. It does everything you need to do. It's anti-aging, any kind of fine lines, discoloration. It's gonna help even that out. So everyone needs that. You need it. The price point, I think, is fabulous for what it does. There's so many different serums for so many different things. So it all depends on what's important to you. So you have to ask yourself, what is it that I want my serum to do? Serums and oils are really the most concentrated products in your skincare line, so they're gonna be the most effective. People always wanna run to a cream. They'll come in and be like, I need a cream because my skin is dry. I need a cream because I'm breaking out. I need a cream because whatever. Cream is not going to be what you want to run to. It's going to be your more concentrated products like serums and oil. After your serums, you have your eye cream. Eye creams are really important. This is such, I mean, everything's important, but this is such thin skin under your eyes. It's hard for it to hold moisture. So just using a moisturizer by itself doesn't always cut it. You need something thick that's really going to take care of this gentle, delicate, thin area. I recommend getting eye creams that you can use 360 and on the eyelids because all of that skin needs treated. Anything you have left, or you can just pinch out a little bit more, use around the mouth. This is thin skin too, so you know, I'm sure we know someone like an aunt or an uncle or that has like the lines that go around their mouth, whether that be from using a straw too much or, you know, smoking cigarettes and doing this. Skincare is preventative. If you're someone 17 and older, you need to be using anti-aging too. Don't wait until you're 20 years old, 25 years old, 30, 40 years old. This is all preventative. So you have to think, what is my skin gonna look like if I don't use these things? If you're someone that does have mature skin right now and you're just getting into anti-aging, there's nothing that you can just buy on the shelf that's gonna reverse everything that happened. I mean, we're talking years that you weren't using skincare, but there are gonna be things that help a little bit. It's not gonna get rid of it, it's gonna improve it, and it's gonna help prevent it from getting worse in the future. It's not too late. Oh yeah, eye creams. Some of my favorite eye creams, I like Confidence in an Eye Cream. Another one I love that I can't say, I will put it down below. That one is amazing. Oh, and while I'm looking at it, see how I have these lines? Typically, anything like that is gonna be dehydration. So if you ever are wondering if you're hydrated or not, look at your face. Hold on, let's take a water break together. Pick up your water, put the coffee down. Now we have our moisturizer. Moisturizer is gonna seal everything in. All that goodness that you just put on your skin, it's gonna seal everything in. There's so many different types of moisturizers. There are gel moisturizers, there are cream. Moisturizer I'm not gonna get too into because moisturizer is very, very personal. Some people just simply are texture people and they don't want to put anything on their skin that's too heavy or whatever that looks like. A lot of people that are oily will say, I want something very light. Moisturizer makes me break out, it makes me greasy or whatever. No, your skin needs it so that it won't be oily. Because you're doing all these nice, good things to your skin prior to putting on your moisturizer, you don't need anything thick and crazy. Now, if you're someone that has really dry skin, you might want something thicker. I like to use a moisturizer that is SPF free. The reason I don't like SPF is because after 3 hours, it's not active anyway. Unless you're not wearing makeup that day and you're applying sunscreen every 3 hours, by the time you put your moisturizer on and leave your house, you probably have an hour left of protection from that moisturizer. So it shouldn't be our make it or break it buying a product that has SPF or doesn't. And typically they're not even high enough anyway. 25 SPF, like what is that doing for you? Probably not much. I don't use anything under 50 on my face. And if you are going to use a sunscreen, make sure it's a physical only, it's not chemical. So why don't I want a chemical sunscreen? So basically chemical sunscreen, like like your skin absorbs it, where physical, it sits on top to protect. Oh yeah, so let's talk about why I don't believe in oily skin. I just don't believe in oily skin. I've never seen a naturally like oily 5-year-old. You know what I mean? Like when you see kids, they typically have like, they'll have little dry patches on their face and moms will be like, oh, he has dry skin on his face. You never hear a mom say, my kid is so oily, I don't know what to do. Men, for example, not all men, but a lot of men don't have a skincare routine at all. They wash their face with their all-in-one shampoo, body wash, face wash, whatever they wash their butt with, they're washing their face with too. When you see men, typically they are pretty oily, most men that I know, and it's because their body wash that they're using on their face is stripping their skin of its natural oils, so it becomes dry, and then it's like, okay, I need to fix myself, I need to compensate for that, so I become oily. So that's why you typically see more oily men. They don't have a skin routine working in a harsh environment, especially like construction, or if they work in some kind of plant. So their skin isn't being protected. It always feels like it's being harmed. So it's constantly producing oil because it's constantly in defense mode. I don't believe in oily skin. I believe that maybe what we eat or the environment that we are in causes our skin to protect itself and become oily. So if you're not doing what you need to protect your skin, that's when the oil comes into play, because it's like, it's defense time. And let's talk about diet too. Everyone has different hormones, and it's more common in women that we have a lot of hormone imbalances and things going on. So sometimes skincare just isn't enough and we have to look deeper. So really look at what you're eating, because your gut talks to your entire body. Like your gut talks to your brains. So if you're eating a lot of dairy, sugar, wheat, or soy, those are things that are really going to upset the skin. You can always do I'm not a doctor, I'm a licensed esthetician. This is just advice. You can always do an elimination diet and like cut those things out and then reintroduce them to your diet again. So I would cut them out for at least at a minimum of 3 weeks. That's enough for your system to kind of flush that out. I'm not saying cut out sugar completely, that's really hard, but maybe do under 30 grams of sugar a day or under 20 a day, whatever works for you. When you're doing an elimination diet, you do have to really pay attention and really be committed to it to figure out what's going on. So MyFitnessPal is a great way to do that. Soy is hidden in so many things. So ketchup, barbecue sauce, any kind of sauces or like salad dressings that are more like on the not as pricey side, like Kraft, all of those, they contain soybean oil. That's typically the base. That right there, it could be so many different things. If you feel like skincare is not doing it for you, no matter what you try, you're just not seeing a good result, before you run to the dermatologist, because I know that can be very expensive, and I'm not telling you not to. And diet is something we really forget when it comes to our skin. If you have any personal questions, you can always ask those down below. You can message me on Instagram. Yeah, so I hope this helped you out. I hope you find it useful. We are going to be spending, you know, some more time in the house, so now's a good time to sit down and really watch this and figure out if your skincare routine is fitting your needs. You can always shop online. I know we're not getting it right away because of this, but you'll get it eventually. Make sure you subscribe below, give it a thumbs up, share it. Just get that out there. Skincare is so important. If you're someone that really wants to get into makeup, but you're afraid because you're like, I'm afraid the makeup's gonna break me out, or I know that my skin, the texture is off right now and I wanna fix that before I get into makeup, this is gonna be really helpful to you. So thank you for watching, and I will talk to you guys soon.